Well, we're here today at a very, very sunny Lindholme Lakes. I can't believe we're actually getting a taste of summer. It's absolutely beautiful now. There's been a bit of wind blowing. This is the tackle shop behind me, as you can see. There we go, that's where you get your day tickets from as well. It's just gone dinner time, and we're actually here. I'm here with Bernie and Claire, and we're actually just going to be doing a little bit of feeder fishing. As you can see behind me, this is Bonsai. One of the most well-known lakes in the country, to be honest. And if you saw one of my previous videos, you will already know, right here on this Fishing Life channel, you will know that this was recently drained. The fish were taken out, and they actually gave it a bit of a facelift. They made it deeper, re-sculpted some of the features on each peg and the actual islands as well. And as well as the original fish going back in, it's also had a restocking as well. And it's actually been closed Monday through to Friday. However, today is Saturday and we're allowed to fish it. We're fishing up the central arm here. Bernie is going to be fishing with a method feeder. He's going to have two rods set up. Claire's just going to focus on one, and it's very, very popular. There's loads of people here today. There's the Phoenix Cafe restaurant. Alex Doherty just walking past. It's been very, very popular today. There are loads of anglers here. There's loads of matches. There are lots and lots of pleasure anglers here as well, which is great to see. So there's the cafe, just so you know where we are. This is Bonsai, and this is looking up the arm, and all these anglers here are all pleasure anglers. And they're all catching. Some are fishing with the pole. There's Shane. Keep going, mate. Shane's catching plenty. And we're situated down here on pegs 68 and 69. Well, Claire's into her first fish. What I've been fishing about half hour or so. Just fishing a little method feeder across to the island. And this lake's received a recent stocking of fish, as well as its normal stock. Well done, Claire, she's off the mark. Nice little method. Big smile. She's had a few liners. She's just casting across to that island, to the point of the island. Is it a pretty little F1, is it? Oh yeah, lovely. Bigger than I thought, that one. Landed that quick. So yeah, little method feeder. Just fishing with, which is actually on that one, on a Bandom 8mm wafter. Just with pellets, fishery micro pellets around the feeder. Just to that point of the island. She started actually shorter than that. She's off the mark. She actually started short of the island and didn't get many indications, just the odd sign. But she's gradually inched her way across towards that island into that shallower water, and that's where she's just found the first fish. Bernie's been getting one nearly every cast, making it look easy. He's got a different peg actually here, because he's got an island there with some really, really shallow water there, and he's got another rod clipped up for that. It's a bit of a bay there, so he's got two rods set up. But at the minute, he must have had, how many fish you had now, Bernie?
Oh, double figures.
Yeah, not been fishing long. I've only been fishing probably an hour, maybe less. And he's fishing right there, right in that shallow water. There's a bit of a breeze blowing into it now. Looks really nice. And we have seen some fish moving there. Every time he hooks one, it's like a big bow wave. Just again, just a little method feeder. This is peg 69 on Bonsai. So that is peg 68 next. You can hear the planes going over. There are loads of planes today, but quite a few anglers on here today. Everyone's catching a few fish. A lot of anglers fishing the pole. Seen lots of skimmers and bream caught. There's lots of F1s, odd carp being caught as well. But it's just coming up to lunchtime, so that sun's come out. It's really nice being here now, and yeah, it's been really nice to just get a taster for what this lake's like now. It's only just reopened after the stocking, and it had a bit of a facelift. So yeah, it's good to be catching a few now across that island. Well, that was don't know if that was a liner, but a big pull there. And Claire's, like I say, she's worked her way across that island now, so we're expecting her to catch a few nashes in that shallower water. Another F1 for Bernie, still on that. There we go, orange wafter.
Yellow.
Yellow that time, always switched.
Chocolate yellow.
Yeah, not been in long at all. Catching in that really, really shallow water.
2 minutes.
2 minutes that's been in there, he says. But that just bit of a ripple blowing into it looks really, really nice. There aren't any fish there at the moment that we can see. But yeah, with it being so shallow, you can often see when the fish are there. But summer's coming. We're sat here in his t-shirt, the sun's out.
Nice.
Claire's only just put her jacket on, only just, because that were a bit of a chilly wind, weren't it? Yeah. But yeah, so there's no surprising that the fish are moving into that shallower water now. Claire's in again. I've been in there a little bit longer. Ah, that's a little one. That might win the prize for the smallest fish today, that one. That's definitely the smallest so far.
Winner.
We've got it on film. We've got it on film, so we've got proof that you got the smallest. Let's have, go on, you got to hold that one up. Look at that. One of the little stockies. Get that, you got the sun on him. Get that, beautiful.
It's a nice looking.
It is. Good bite though.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just inching away right across that point just there. Bernie's been catching some, but it has actually slowed down a little bit. He's just nipped to the cafe for a minute, but he has actually moved a little bit away from that island, down that slope a little bit, and that's definitely made a difference. He moved from that really, really shallow water right up against that island, and he's moved it away about a good metre and a half maybe, but it's just that little bit deeper, and that's got him some extra fish. So I think we might be chasing him around a little bit today, but that sun, as you can see, is still out. See one or two fish on the top now. But yeah, it's definitely a sign that summer's on its way, and it's great to see Bonsai fishing so well. Well, the wind's dropped now, that sun's really on us now. Claire's just pausing on this cast. That's it, next to the island. Went a bit high, but that'll bang on that. And Bernie's back on his peg now. He's just getting his peg a little bit of a rest. It's really getting warm now that the sun's dropped. But it's all been about F1s. We had a couple of carp. And Bernie's just clipped up off the front of that island, but he's just gone to the left. And you'll see this when it goes in. Just whipping that out nicely to his clip, and he's gone to the left now, down into that slightly deeper water. You can see how far away he is from the island there. Just down that slope a little bit. If you've seen that other video of mine on this channel, it does actually show you this lake when it's actually drained, when there isn't any water in it, or when the islands have just been re-sculpted. So these islands that you see here, if you watch that video, it shows you the contours of what these islands are like underneath the water, and it shows you how shallow they are. And that's obviously the area that we're targeting today, especially with it being warmer and with the sun being out. That come off. Oh, you got it.
Oh, got him.
It'll come off just as it went in the net. Another little fish. That's 2 casts she's had now that's been absolutely bang on tight up to that island, and she's had 2 fish from it. These lovely little fish. Obviously this venue's taking a recent stock in, but that's no coincidence that those 2 casts were bang on and she's had 2 fish from it. So happy days, she's found the fish in that shallow water. Bernie's still catching again, but just away from that island. And what we're going to be doing now is, it's just getting after afternoon now, after midday. We're going to be having a look on the short line now. We haven't got many features here, because as you know, it's been recently sculpted, this lake. But we're going to be having a look down this margin soon. We're expecting to catch some fish later on. Well, he's switched to his right-hand swim, or that one in that bay over there. Is it a slightly different feeder, this one, or is it same?
Same feeder, yeah.
Same feeder. Oh, it's deciding it's going to run on a run now, that one. But yeah, like I said, this sun is out now, the wind's dropped, and we are seeing fish moving about out there on the top. Cruising about. This one's putting up a good account of itself. Well done, mate. All this grass is kicking in now, as you can see, taking hold. All this new grass that's in. A decent fish, that one, mate.
Yeah, that's not bad, that. Second largest of the day.
Just up to the bottom corner of its mouth. Lovely chunky fish. It was just about to move back to this spot here. That spot there is at a rest now. This one was from there, and his last fish was there. But what we are getting now and what we're seeing is a few liners from fish cruising about. Claire's going to show us how she's moulding a feeder. She's just enjoying the sunshine more than anything. It is, it's really nice. When that wind drops, it's lovely and warm. But everybody's been catching. Pellets have been better than, well, we haven't really switched to ground bait yet. It's micro pellets. Micro pellets around the feeder. Just catching on yellow mainly. Yellow wafters. And like I say, we're getting 1 or 2 liners now because they're casting fishing towards into that shallower water. Lovely direction that, Claire, brilliant. Into that shallow water over there. As you can imagine, it's only about a foot deep there. In fact, further across it's even less. Well, your line's actually going through that top foot of water, isn't it? Coming back to your tip, and that's where we're getting fish cruising about in this middle, and they're brushing against the line now. So quick change of rods there. He's going back on his other line by the looks of it. So yeah, just by slackening that line off, it's just means you haven't got a tight line right the way across to your feeder. You're just encouraging that line to kind of sag down away from them upper layers, and that's helping to reduce liners. But he's just picked up his initial rod, which means he's going to the left hand side of that island. He was really tight to it, but then the last few times, the last few fish he's caught there, he's just come away from that island a little bit, just down that slope a little bit. We thought he'd have to rotate between being really tight across to coming away from it down the slope, but a fish move there. As you can see, he's fishing that shallower water now. That's his first cast back on that line. I'm sure he's going to catch on this cast. There we go, he got one on that cast. It was in about 3 or 4 minutes. Proper bar of gold, that one. Yeah, beautiful fish.
Nice that.
Yeah, so that swim's just had a bit of a rest. Yeah, sometimes you just got to rest your lines for them to come back alive again. Well, a few of the anglers have gone now. It's 2:30. We're just about to look down these margins, but guess what, Claire? She's on it. JD and Coke straight from the bar. It's just like being in Tenerife. And who's on the non-alcoholic lager because he's driving? San Miguel. Yeah. Cheers. Well, you've had the most fish up to now anyway. So that's it, they're enjoying it. It's just like being on holiday. So we're going to have a look down these margins and see if we've got a few munters waiting for us. Well, we look like the JD's done the trick. Straight round. That was actually your best cast, wasn't it? For a while. It was really close to the island. Another... Is it an F1? That one looks like it. Couldn't quite see it because of the sun. But yeah, I mean, these conditions are way more like fishing shallow with the pole or waggler. And obviously we're feeder fishing, but by tackling that shallow water, we're still catching them in shallow water. There we go. Beautiful, aren't they? Yeah. Off you go, mate. But yeah, it's definitely more like shallow fishing weather today, but we're catching on the feeder, which is great. Well, look at this little fella who he's got. Just switched to a ground bait feeder. Is it a 4-inch hook length, that one?
Yeah, 4.
4-inch hook length.
Come on.
That sun's really strong. It's hot now.
It's got a really
Disgorge job, that one. He just switched back off the point of that island. Oh yeah, look at him. Lovely. Shining in the sun. Claire's just been down on a 5 metre line. Didn't get any indications, but she's fed it. We'll be dropping on that. Oh, it's come off. Curse of the camera.
Curse of the camera.
Curse of the camera. My fault, blame me. That was on an orange wafter, as you can see. And that was from, I think it was first cast back long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, again, resting the swims is working. Well, as you can see, still catching fish, which is great to see. This has been probably one of the hottest days of the year so far here. It's a good job we've had a bit of a breeze on it. Everything against feeder fishing, to be honest, but there's been plenty of fish caught. It's that time of day. They're going to have a look down the margins now. They're going to stay on after I've actually gone, so they're going to be fishing these margins at the best time. But to be fair, they caught really well all day. Pellets have been the best around the feeder, fishery pellets, and there have been plenty of planes going over today. Fishery micro pellets around the feeder have been best, and yellow wafters, the Bandon wafters have been best by far. but it's definitely been a great sign that summer's on its way. And I mean, come on, what a fantastic place to spend your day. It's absolutely stunning fishery, especially when the sun's like this. And it's obviously a day ticket water, you know, we all know what Lindholme's like, and because there are so many lakes here, even when they've got matches on, they've just about nearly always, if not always, got some pleasure pegs as well, and it's obviously stuffed with fish. So it's been a fantastic day, really enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed me sharing this with you, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next upload.